Why do some people achieve extraordinary success while others, equally talented, remain stuck in mediocrity? It's not intelligence. It's not luck. It's something simpler, yet far more challenging. Consistency. Consistency is the bridge between the goals we dream of and the results we long for. Yet it's the very thing we often resist. Why? Because it's hard, it's repetitive, and it requires us to show up even when we don't feel like it. But here's the truth. Every great leader, every successful individual, every meaningful breakthrough is born from the willingness to be consistent, even when it's uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. And today I want to talk about how forcing yourself to be consistent, yes, forcing yourself, can transform your life, your career, and your relationships. Because it's not about perfection, it's about progress. And progress comes when we choose discipline over excuses and action over hesitation. This introduction sets up the why of consistency, engages the audience emotionally, and sets the stage for the practical points you'll discuss. Consistency is one of the most underestimated yet powerful traits that can build trust and reliability. People naturally gravitate toward individuals and organizations that exhibit consistency because it signals dependability and stability. When your actions align with your words and you deliver on your promises repeatedly, you create a foundation of trust that others can rely upon. This applies in every area of life, whether in personal relationships, professional settings, or leadership roles. In the workplace, a consistent leader fosters an environment where employees feel secure. They know what to expect and can rely on their leader to provide clear communication, fair treatment, and follow through on commitments. In relationships, consistency strengthens bonds by proving that your presence and support are not dependent on circumstances or fleeting emotions. It shows that you are reliable, even when challenges arise. On a broader scale, brands and businesses thrive on consistency. Customers return to products and services they trust, and trust is built through repeated positive experiences. Whether it's delivering quality service, meeting deadlines, or maintaining a certain standard, consistency assures people that they won't face unpleasant surprises. Product punishment is one thing, but unpleasant surprises combined with cost, combined with repeated failures, on a personal level, being consistent demonstrates self-discipline and integrity. When you show up every day, do the work, and honor your commitments, you become someone others can depend on. This not only enhances your reputation, but also builds your confidence in your own ability to follow through. Conversely, inconsistency erodes trust. Self-discipline is important for individuals building trust. When people don't know what to expect from you, they become hesitant to rely on you, and that hesitation can create distance in relationships or missed opportunities in professional settings. Consistency isn't about being perfect. It's about being reliable. It's about doing what you say you'll do, showing up when it matters, and being the kind of person others know they can count on. Small actions repeated daily lead to big results. The power of consistency lies in its ability to amplify even the smallest efforts into significant outcomes over time. Each small action, when repeated regularly, compounds to create momentum. This is the principle behind habits, routines, and long-term success. Every monumental achievement is the result of a series of seemingly insignificant steps. Every monumental achievement is the result of a series of seemingly insignificant steps. Consider the process of saving money. Setting aside a small amount every day might not seem impactful initially, but over months and years, the accumulation becomes substantial. The same principle applies to personal growth, skill development, and health. A single workout or healthy meal won't transform your body, but the consistent repetition of these actions over time leads to noticeable changes. The small daily disciplines often go unnoticed because the results aren't immediate, but they are far-reaching. Consistency doesn't require grand gestures. It thrives on simplicity. Writing 200 words a day can result in a completed book in a year. Practicing a musical instrument for 15 minutes daily can lead to mastery over time. These small, repeated actions build habits, and habits ultimately shape who we become. This is why it's crucial to focus on the little things you can do every day, rather than waiting for big opportunities or bursts of motivation. Many people underestimate the value of small actions because they are looking for dramatic, instant results. However, the secret lies in persistence. Each small step reinforces the commitment to your goals and builds a foundation for success. Over time, these small efforts accumulate, creating outcomes that far exceed what could be achieved through sporadic bursts of effort. The key is to start small, stay consistent, and trust the process, knowing that significant results are the inevitable outcome of your dedication. Motivation is fleeting. Discipline sustains progress. Motivation often feels like the spark that ignites action, but it's unreliable and unpredictable. It comes and goes, often influenced by mood, circumstances, or external factors. Relying solely on motivation to achieve goals is like depending on the weather to decide whether you'll go outside. It leaves your progress vulnerable to inconsistency. Discipline, on the other hand, is the steady force that keeps you moving forward regardless of how you feel in the moment. Discipline is about making a decision and sticking to it, even when the excitement or inspiration that initially drove you has faded. It involves creating routines and systems that support your goals so that action becomes automatic, not optional. For example, a disciplined approach to fitness means showing up to the gym even on days when you're tired or unmotivated. In work, it means meeting deadlines and staying focused on tasks, even when distractions or doubts arise. The power of discipline is that it doesn't rely on fleeting emotions or bursts of enthusiasm. Instead, it builds momentum through consistent effort. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you reinforce your ability to stay committed, making it easier to take the next step. Over time, this creates habits that drive sustained progress and resilience. Unlike motivation, which is often reactive, discipline is proactive. It's a commitment to act in alignment with your goals, regardless of external circumstances. This shift from waiting for motivation to cultivating discipline is what separates those who achieve lasting success from those who struggle to make progress. Discipline transforms the unpredictable into the reliable, turning intentions into actions and actions into results. While motivation may start the journey, it is discipline that ensures you reach the destination. Consistency creates momentum. When you take consistent action, even in small increments, you begin to build a rhythm that carries you forward. This momentum makes each subsequent step easier because the energy you've generated from past actions fuels your future efforts. It's like pushing a heavy wheel. At first, it takes significant effort to get it moving, but once it starts rolling, it becomes easier to keep it in motion. Momentum thrives on repetition. Each time you complete a task or follow through on a commitment, you build confidence in your ability to do it again. This confidence propels you to tackle larger challenges and reinforces your belief in your own capability. Over time, the accumulation of small wins turns into significant progress, and the process becomes less about forcing action and more about maintaining a flow. When momentum is in play, tasks that once felt overwhelming become more manageable. For instance, writing 1 page a day may feel like a slow start. But as the pages add up, the excitement of seeing progress keeps you motivated to continue. Similarly, in fitness, consistent workouts build strength and endurance, making future sessions more effective and enjoyable. Momentum also reduces resistance. The hardest part of any journey is often getting started. But once you establish a routine, the effort required to maintain it diminishes. This is because your brain begins to associate the action with habit, requiring less mental energy to initiate. However, momentum works both ways. It can either propel you forward or hold you back. Just as positive actions build momentum, neglecting consistency can lead to stagnation or even regression. This is why maintaining regular effort, no matter how small, is crucial. Each action reinforces the one before it, turning your goals into a steady, unstoppable force. This, showing up when it's hard, strengthens character. The moments when you don't feel like doing the work are often the most critical to your growth. These are the times when your resolve is tested, and by choosing to show up anyway, you prove to yourself that you're capable of pushing through discomfort, fatigue, or doubt. This repeated act of persistence builds resilience, discipline, and mental toughness, qualities that define strong character. Challenges are inevitable in any pursuit, and it's easy to stay consistent when everything feels manageable or exciting. But when obstacles arise or motivation dwindles, it's your willingness to show up regardless that sets you apart. Each time you take action in the face of difficulty, you're not just making progress toward your goals. You're also training yourself to face adversity with courage and determination. And this is especially true of leadership. These moments of effort during hardship also redefine your self-perception. Instead of seeing yourself as someone who gives up when things get tough, you begin to see yourself as someone who perseveres. This shift in identity has a compounding effect, making it easier to tackle future challenges with confidence and a sense of purpose. Additionally, showing up when it's hard sets an example for others. Whether it's your family, co-workers, or peers, people notice consistency and effort during difficult times. It inspires trust, respect, and admiration, reinforcing your position as someone others can rely on. Ultimately, the discomfort you endure in these moments is temporary, but the strength and character you develop from them are lasting. By consistently choosing action over excuses, even when it's uncomfortable, you not only move closer to your goals, but also grow into a more resilient and dependable version of yourself. Habits form through repetition, not inspiration. While inspiration can spark the desire for change, it's the consistent repetition of actions that solidifies new behaviors into habits. Habits are essentially the brain's way of automating tasks, freeing up mental energy for other decisions. This automation is built by reinforcing the same action over time until it becomes second nature. When you first start a new habit, it often feels difficult or unnatural because your brain hasn't yet created the neural pathways needed to support it. For example, the first few days of waking up early or exercising might require significant effort and willpower. However, as you repeat the behavior, those pathways strengthen, making the action feel more automatic and less mentally taxing. Repetition also helps eliminate the need for constant decision-making. Instead of debating whether to act, your brain begins to see the behavior as part of your routine. This reduces resistance and makes it easier to stay consistent even on days when motivation is low. The key is to focus on small, manageable actions that are easy to repeat. Trying to overhaul your life all at once often leads to burnout or failure. But committing to one small habit, like drinking a glass of water every morning or writing for 5 minutes a day, creates a foundation for larger changes. Over time, these small habits stack and transform your daily life. It's important to remember that forming habits takes time and persistence. Research suggests it can take anywhere from 21 to 66 days to establish a new habit, depending on its complexity and your level of commitment. By focusing on repetition instead of relying on fleeting inspiration, you give yourself the best chance of turning intentional actions into ingrained habits that support your long-term goals. Success is about commitment, not convenience. True success doesn't come from doing what's easy or comfortable. It comes from dedicating yourself to your goals even when the circumstances aren't ideal. Commitment means making a decision to pursue something wholeheartedly and sticking to it, regardless of obstacles, setbacks, or distractions. It's about prioritizing long-term rewards over short-term comfort. Convenience often leads to inconsistency because it relies on external factors being favorable. For example, waiting for the perfect time to start a project or only taking action when you feel motivated creates a cycle of delay and missed opportunities. On the other hand, commitment requires you to take action, even when the conditions aren't perfect. It's about showing up on the days you don't feel like it, pushing through challenges, and staying focused despite distractions. Commitment also cultivates resilience. When you consistently choose to act in alignment with your goals, you train yourself to overcome discomfort and adversity. This builds mental toughness, making it easier to navigate future challenges. The more you commit to the process, the more you grow in confidence and capability, creating a positive feedback loop that drives sustained progress. Moreover, commitment forces you to take ownership of your journey. When you prioritize consistency over convenience, you stop blaming external factors for your results and start taking responsibility for your actions. This accountability not only keeps you focused, but also helps you stay true to your purpose, even when the path isn't smooth. Success ultimately rewards those who are willing to commit, not just when it's easy, but especially when it's hard. By choosing commitment over convenience, you set yourself apart and move closer to achieving meaningful, lasting success. Consistency transforms goals into routines. Goals often feel overwhelming because they represent the end result of a long and uncertain process. However, breaking those goals into small, consistent actions allows you to embed them into your daily life as routines. Once an action becomes part of your routine, it shifts from being a conscious effort to an automatic behavior, making it easier to sustain over time. For example, if your goal is to improve your fitness, committing to a daily 20-minute workout transforms the daunting task of getting in shape into a manageable habit. By repeating the action at the same time every day, your brain begins to associate that time with exercise, and over time, it becomes a natural part of your routine. The same principle applies to learning a new skill, saving money, or building relationships. When goals are integrated into your routine, they become less about a distant future outcome and more about the actions you take today. This reduces the mental burden of constantly deciding what to do next and eliminates the uncertainty that often leads to procrastination. Instead of worrying about how far you are from the finish line, you focus on the process, which is entirely within your control. And, so the power of routines lies in their compounding effect. Each small repeated action contributes to your progress, and over time, these efforts accumulate into significant results. What starts as a conscious effort eventually becomes a habit, and that habit drives you toward your goal without requiring constant motivation or willpower. By transforming your goals into routines, you create a sustainable path to success. The consistency of your actions ensures that progress becomes inevitable, and the routine becomes the vehicle that carries you to your desired destination. Avoid perfectionism. Focus on persistence. Perfectionism often acts as a barrier to progress because it sets unrealistic standards that can lead to procrastination, self-doubt, and burnout. The desire to get everything just right can paralyze you into inaction as you wait for the perfect moment or conditions. This pursuit of perfection can make any effort feel insufficient, causing you to stall rather than take consistent steps forward. On the other hand, persistence focuses on continued effort, no matter how imperfect the process may seem. It's about showing up, doing the work, and learning from mistakes along the way. Persistence allows for growth through experimentation, adaptation, and resilience. Every misstep is seen as a lesson rather than a failure, and each effort builds toward progress, no matter how small. The key to moving forward is accepting that perfection is not necessary to make progress. In fact, perfection can often be a hindrance because it keeps you from completing tasks, sharing ideas, or taking risks. It creates a cycle where no work ever feels good enough, and the result is stagnation. By focusing on persistence instead of perfection, You allow yourself to take imperfect actions that lead to real results. Persistence also helps you build resilience. As you continue to work despite setbacks, you develop a sense of determination that strengthens your ability to push through challenges. The more you persist, the more you realize that success is not about flawless execution, but about the ability to keep going even when things don't go according to plan. In the end, persistence guarantees progress, while perfectionism can often be the very thing that keeps you stuck. By letting go of the need for perfection, you free yourself to take consistent action and make continuous improvements toward your goals. Progress requires patience and persistence. While goals and dreams often appear to require quick action and instant results, true progress is a gradual process that demands both time and unwavering effort. Patience allows you to stay the course when the immediate results aren't visible, while persistence ensures that you keep moving forward despite the challenges you encounter along the way. So, when your focus is on the long term, patience allows you to stay the course when the challenges you encounter along the way. It's easy to become discouraged when progress doesn't happen overnight. But the reality is that significant achievements often take years of consistent work. Whether it's learning a new skill, building a business, or achieving personal growth, results are usually the cumulative effect of countless small, repeated actions. It's the consistent effort over time, not the speed, that leads to long-lasting success. Patience in this process is essential because it helps you navigate setbacks without giving up. When you're patient, you understand that progress doesn't always follow a straight line. There will be ups and downs, detours and delays, but each step, no matter how small, is still progress toward your goal. Patience keeps you grounded and focused on the bigger picture. Persistence, on the other hand, is the fuel that drives you forward through those moments of doubt or frustration. When things get tough, it's persistence that keeps you going, even when it feels like you're not making immediate headway. It's about continuing the work when motivation fades and showing up each day, trusting that your effort will eventually pay off. Ultimately, progress is a marathon, not a sprint. Patience and persistence combine to create a powerful force that drives you toward your goals, no matter how long it takes. By embracing both, you ensure that your journey is not just about achieving success, but about developing the resilience to face any challenge along the way. In conclusion, the path to success is built on the foundation of consistency. It's not about waiting for the perfect moment, the right motivation, or ideal circumstances. It's about showing up, even when it's hard. Consistency is what turns small actions into massive results over time. It builds trust, creates momentum, and transforms your goals into daily routines. It's what separates those who achieve from those who fall short, because consistency is rooted in persistence, not perfection. Remember, progress isn't instant, and success doesn't come without setbacks. But with patience and discipline, the steady commitment to your goals will eventually pay off. It's not about being perfect or flawless. It's about being consistent in your efforts, even when challenges arise. Each small, consistent step you take will not only bring you closer to your goals, but will also strengthen your character, resilience, and determination. So commit to showing up every day, Force yourself to stay consistent, even on the days when you don't feel like it. Keep pushing forward and trust the process. Over time, those small actions will add up and you'll see the transformation in your life. Success is not a result of sporadic bursts of effort, but of the dedication to keep going, no matter how difficult it may seem. You have the power to create the results you desire. Just stay consistent, and you will get there.